Hey everybody, how are you doing? It's Dr. Cindy Stark here coming in every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with my Tuesdays at 10 live. Please let me know that y'all are here by writing in the comment section hashtag live. And if you're coming here in here please type in hashtag replay and tell me where you're from so I know where you are. If this is your first time here, welcome. I come in here every Tuesday at 10 for about a 30-minute talk, interactive talks, or the magic comes when you guys show up for yourself and to interact with me, and I show up live after a talk that I've prepared, and we make magic together. We co-create these talks every Tuesday at 10. I have a rough sketch of what I want to talk about, and then the viewers' comments lead me where they need me to go. And if any of this is resonating with you at any point of the talk that I give you today, if any of it resonates with you and you think that it would resonate with someone else that are your friend groups on your Facebook page, if you could share it, nothing would mean more to me in the world than knowing that you're sharing this so that other people can get healing. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Cindy Stark. I'm a hospitalist here in Gainesville, Georgia at Northeast Georgia Medical Center. I have been for 15 years, but that's what I do by day. And by night, I run the Soul Circle Academy, and I become known as the real Dr. Cindy. And we have small containers of one-on-one and group time where we go in deep and do subconscious rewiring to get rid of all the mind trash that we have in our minds, especially things from childhood trauma, just subconscious events that you don't even know that are there. People think that the trauma is what happened to them when they were a kid and different things happened to them. Hey, Jenny, live from Melbourne, Florida. I think there's a major lag in the comments because I see 5 people are on, but only Jenny is saying hashtag live. So y'all tell me if you're here. But it's good to have you here. And so what I do is I try to come in here every Tuesday. I don't try to, I do. I'm committed to you guys to come in here every Tuesday at 10 and give you tools that'll help move you on what I call the continuum of utter health and healing and spiritual growth. Because a lot of people, hey Pat, good morning, how are you doing? Everybody is on a continuum of their growth in this lifetime, in this journey, and we're all collective beings of energy, and we all feed off of each other's energy. And when I feel like I'm going through something, I feel like possibly you guys are going through it too, because we're all part of the whole. And so if you're over here and you don't even have any awareness of what all you're doing, hey mom, to get in your way of living your ideal life and you're way over here, that's okay. Just keep coming back here and try to get some clarity and some revelation on how you can help yourself. And if you're in here and you've been trying to get to your ideal life for a really long time by taking medications and talking to counselors, and you're going crazy and you're on like a hamster wheel, again, I will have tips and tools to help you really gain over here, which is the whole enlightenment, completely rewiring your subconscious mind, getting rid of all of that stuff so you can live this wonderful, glorious life that's right here for you to have. The Little Burn of Georgia. Pat Jones from Lilburn, Georgia. I've never heard it called that. So, you guys, I just want y'all to start typing in some comments for me this morning and tell me what you think is holding you back from living your ideal life. I know that for me, this week has been extremely heavy, and I know it's only Tuesday at 10 a.m. So, my goodness, I really hope that things in my world are going to turn around. Hey, Michelle. Michelle's in the house from Maysville, Georgia, and the chicken farm. I want to come see you one day. Anyway, there's been a lot going on in my life, and I know a lot of you guys here are moms and dads of people that have gone through this phase of life, including you, Mom, when I went through it. But my last born child is graduating high school. And it's just been a lot on me because, I've always just had so much abundant, wonderful activities all around me with both my kids, right? And the major thing that just came to a close, major source of joy for me and my son was high school musical, a high school drama department, high school musicals. And I have never, ever had so much appreciation for a group of 4 or 5 teachers in my life than the admiration and respect that I have for the guys that help make my son shine up there on that stage, you know. And they always tell me, oh, thank you to the drama mamas and the drama papas for all the costume work that we've been doing. I just am frantically sewing things and, you know, getting food for the kids and sewing costumes so they can be perfect up there on stage. But they're behind the scenes directing it. And, you know, it's like, I never even knew how much went into it. And it's really just like life. I just see this huge analogy of drama, that my son's drama department, and then my life. Just the stage has to be just right, and all the props have to be put exactly in a way where nobody falls. The lights have to be just perfect. You know, they use these things called blue out. I never even knew what a blue out was. She's like, blue out, blue out, blue out. I still don't even really know what it is, but I think it's just when they do it, they cast a blue haze behind the actors' heads, and then the costumes have to be perfect, and the sound has to be perfect, and then and only then do you have like these amazing teenagers that have learned their lines and their choreography, and you know, then their facial hair. My son's goatee kept falling off every night. I mean, it's just so much. And anyway, it's come to a close now, and so I really felt the gravity of that this Sunday on my son's last performance. I'll get to that in a minute, Jenny. Thank you. But he, you know, he was, everybody was crying when it was over, and it was just, you know, the last show of the last year, the class of 22. And he just hugged me, and he said, and he just started crying, and I started crying, and we were just hugging each other so tight. And he just like, I loved every single second of it, Mom. And I said, I loved every single second of it too, Wyatt. I mean, like, you know, the pain that you feel is equally, the relative, like the amount of depth of pain that you feel when something ends is exactly the same as the amount of depth of happiness that you felt when it was going on. And anyway, it's just been a lot of happiness for me. And yeah, Christina, and I'm not going to be able to get through this if I start talking about your son, Christina, and what he has meant to my son, because we were just talking about Parker last night. Wyatt, my son, has really taken an affinity and a special ushering under his wings as a 12th grader of these little 9th grade boys. And Parker and these 3 other boys are just so dear to my son's heart. So anyway, I was really trying to come up with what am I going to come in here and talk to you guys about this morning, and I have just been extremely overcome with emotion at you know, a lot of things going on in my life. And I know that if a lot of these things are going on in my life, they're probably going to go on in your life too, because like I said earlier, we're all energetically connected. And so it's the end not only of drama and the High School Musical, but also his entire senior year. And then also I am resigning from being a physician. I have been a physician for 28 years, and I put in my resignation in January, and my last day is April 1. So I have, I think, 18 or 19 more working days of being a physician. I'm taking a break right now. I love you too, Christina. And I am, instead of taking care of people's wounds and surgical incisions and heart rates and respiratory failure, I am taking care of people's dreams, and I am ushering their heart and their brain and their mind and their soul and their body into their dream life. And that's what I just want to ask you today. What is holding you back from living your dream life? You know, I realized what was holding me back for like the last, 28 years. I loved being a doctor. Please, nobody get me wrong. I've just absolutely adored being a physician, and especially, just being at the bedside of people when they got better. Some of the saddest things are people who, came into the hospital to heal, and then, we ended up having to get them into hospice, and that's been some of the saddest things. But now I'm just so incredibly happy of ushering to be into a phase of my life now where I'll be full-time ushering people into life and living instead of just tending to wounds and bottles of pills. Two of my clients right now in the Soul Circle Academy are just inspiring me so much because one of them can't even remember the last time she looked at her bottle of Effexor. She has been on Effexor for 25 years and she doesn't even remember the last time that she looked at the bottle because of the kind of healing that we do. It's deep, deep, deep into the subconscious mind. Oh, Kelly Garman, your daughter is just amazing. Yeah, the arts are vital. They need to be prioritized in public high school as much as athletics, if not more. Athletic prowess pales in comparison to the soul nutrition the arts provide to everyone exposed to them. Lifelong benefits are icing on the cake. That's so true, and that comes from knowing it personally, Pat, because you were. Pat and we went to elementary school together, and I never could be on stage. I think it's one thing I just really, really admire about my son and all these other children is that they can get on stage and perform the way that they do and like bleed us to tears and like clapping so hard. Literally my palms were bruised almost sometimes from clapping. I had to watch how many rings I would wear because, I was just clapping too much. And anyway, it's just so Pat was always on stage, but I asked my gifted teacher, please don't make me be on stage. I cannot even imagine being on stage. I was so shy back then. I could have never taught in front of people, so he always let me have something in the background. But yeah, it's just been wonderfully fulfilling. And anyway, so I was telling you about two of my clients. So one of my clients cannot even remember the last time she's seen her bottle of Effexor, and she's been like I don't want to use the word addicted, but reliant upon that medication for 25 years, I think twice a day dosing. And then my other client has found just a revitalization in his appreciation of music and just the soul healing of music. I just think so many of us in our 50s, a lot of my clients are in their 50s, but they go from their 30s into their 60s currently. And actually, I had one client in her 70s, but we don't even realize how much we have been devoid of pleasure in our lives because you kind of get into the mundane, minute by minute living of life, and you want to get happier. And us humans, Americans in this day and age, I do believe we have people pleasing tendencies. We have this just catastrophic desire to be perfect, and so we suffer with perfectionism, and so we're chasing like no wrinkles on our face and no fat on our body, and let me get those six-pack abs. Just all this perfectionism that's completely unrealistic. And then just addictions, no other way to put it, to salt, sugar, sex, and shopping. Just anything to avoid our pain. And so the fact that my program and rewiring his subconscious mind helped him regain an ability to get healing from music is just tremendous for me. And then, there are synchronicities that happen when you are completely healed and you are enlightened and you are living the life that God wants you to live. Again, this is what I believe because I'm a Christian, but I believe that God sends God winks to show you, Cindy, you're on the right path. You're healing you're helping my people heal, and I'm going to send you little God winks to show you that you're on the right path and you're doing what I want you to do, because I've learned so many tools on how to really get in line with myself and what my soul and my spirit wants. And so, this client of mine tells me that how I have helped him restore his love of music. And then another client tells me, we have this small group of people, and she shares the origin of the Beatles hit Blackbird, Blackbird Singing in the Dead of Night. And I never knew that was about the racial tensions that Paul McCartney saw in our country in 1953. And then one after another, I keep being around people, y'all, and I am not kidding you. If this is not a God wink, I don't know what is, but it's happened twice now in literally 2 weeks. People have been playing live music in front of me, and out of all the music they could be playing, it is Beatles, Blackbird. And so, it's just tremendous what God can do for us when we surrender and we get rid of the perfectionism and the people pleasing, and we really try to take care of ourselves and love the ones around us that He's bringing into our orbit. So again, guys, it's just been my pleasure to be here and to already just be in the beginning stages. My first 12 clients in 2021, and I just can't wait to help more of you guys in 2022. So all right, I'm going to go back and read some of these now that I've just finished that thought. So Jenny is saying, happiness and a stress-free life does not mean no problems. We gain the best tools to cope with them differently and more effectively than we ever did before. That's right. So I don't want anyone to think that, if you rewire your subconscious mind and you actually get rid of the pieces of the subconscious mind in there that the trauma has kind of gunked up with a filter, that you're going to just go get to tiptoe off into the tulips and never have a single bit of struggle again. That's not what happens at all. I've struggled massively this week. I have been taken down at the knees because I can't just, it's not that I can't face it. I am facing it. And kudos to all of you parents that your kids have gone off to college, but it's just so difficult for me to face my last child leaving the nest and going off to college, and then also me leaving a field of medicine that I've been in for almost 3 decades. It's just been so much, and so I'm just so thankful for the tools that I have, because yes, it's been very hard, but I've had some anxiety about it, I've had some sadness about it, and I just have the tools to just clear any of those top emotions, because what happens when our anger and our fear and our sadness and our guilt gestalts fill up in our subconscious minds. Two things are going to happen when our bags that hold those negative emotions, when they fill up, one of two things is going to happen, and we're either going to get sick, which I claim I am not going to get sick. I'm still working in the hospital. COVID central, right? Every single room is now a double room. Nothing is private anymore. Everything is semi-private. Every single hospital room and on the section of the hospital that I work in holds 2 patients now, not 1. And I'm just claiming I'm not going to get sick. I'm going to continue to completely empty and regulate my gestalt so that I will not get sick. And I'm not getting sick, and then you also, the other thing that can happen when your gestalt gets filled up is that you can spill over into to act like the age that you were when it first started getting filled up. So most of us will act like somewhere between a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old, and that's not good either, doing things that aren't in your best interest. And then let me see what else. I'm going to catch up with the comments. Jenny says, we often forget to give ourselves grace and gratitude when things get squirrely. I'm being the example. That's right. One of my really good friends here in Gainesville said to me the other day that she follows me and that I'm helping her so much. And it's so interesting because I think she's helping me so much because we're walking very similar paths in something else, very emotional and kind of just fraught with potential sadness and guilt and self-doubt. So I'm looking up to her all the time and helping me get through this other phase of my life I'm going through right now that I don't choose to talk about this morning. But she told me that I was really helping her. And I said, how? I am just like emotional mess. I'm just like crying all the time. And she said, I don't trust any leader that doesn't limp. And you don't act like you're perfect. You don't act like you have it all together. You're walking the walk right here with me in real time, and you're showing me how it can be a tough week, and then or a tough day, and then you know how to turn it around. So she's just, I've never heard that phrase before. I don't trust a leader that doesn't limp. That was just amazing. And yes, Jenny, I am taking care of myself. And then let's see, Jenny's also say, get rid of the junk, and the stuff that fulfilled us early in life comes back. Oh, that's right. Music is my second best healer. My number 1 healer is God. That's right, Jenny. We get rid of, and I do believe the further I've gone in these. So what you do when you go through my program is we go through person by person that's had an influence in your life, person, place, or things. And then we not only clear all the people, places, and things that have had influences of you in your life, but then we also go and you address the version of you that was that young person that suffered that trauma, for lack of a better word, or that that damage, and you get to you yourself and you get to address your inner children. And so when you get finished addressing all your inner children in your lifetime, and then all that subconscious junk kind of gets cleared out, then you actually, if you keep going through the clearings, and you do maintenance clearings at least once a month, then you actually will get to address past generation versions of yourself, because the sperm and the egg that made you were once inside your mom and dad's body, and then they were also inside their mom and dad's body. So there are literally pieces of you, DNA, that is you, that was your grandparent, and multiple generations ago. And so when you get to talk to those versions, and see the kind of things that they were struggling with, you can have compassion for yourself in a way that you would never imagine. I was just clearing a negative limiting belief just Monday with my healers. I have a lot of coaches that help me in my life, and I do believe the only way to get where you're going in life is to have a mentor and a support group of people that are like-minded with you. Otherwise, you just get so stuck in your own way of thinking and just your own limited beliefs. But anyway, so I was clearing my grandfather, my dad's dad, and he said, "You've come a long way, baby." Literally in the clearing, he said that to me, and it was so interesting because Virginia Slims back in the 1980s, those really long cigarettes, that was their slogan, "You've come a long way, baby," and that's what my granddaddy would always say to me. So he came to me in the clearing, saying something he used to say to me when I was a teenager. So that was just so cool. So Michelle is saying, what holds me back is feeling tired even though I sleep. Yeah, Michelle. And there's there are I actually wrote down what I want to have my next 5 Tuesdays at 10 talks be about, and one of them is sleep, because there are things that we can do that will really help us make the sleep hours in our bed much more high quality. So we will get into that. That's too much for me to get through right here. And Pat, he thought 6-packs came from 6-packs. And yeah, and Christina saying, "Seek and you shall find," is so true. You have to know what you're seeking, right? I mean, you have to, you can't just sit here and be a product of what you thought yesterday, because so many times where we are right now is just a product of all of our past behaviors and our past beliefs. And so if you don't seek something different for yourself, you're going to continue to get exactly what you've gotten before. And that's another reason why the group and the accountability is so important, because we can see things in each other and just shine a light on something that we can see is holding you back. And then you can actually turn decades into days, and realize you don't have to be stuck in this stinking thinking and live another decade with beliefs and tools that you thought you had from 1987. Kelly Garman, "I'm such an inspiration," and she so appreciates my example. Well, thank you so much. You're so much of an inspiration to me too. All of us drama mamas that we have been through the fire together, like all these moms that are on today, they're moms of 11th graders and 9th graders, and they're here with the moms of a senior. And I just never really realized just how much we all rely on each other, and we're supporting each other just like the kids are supporting each other too. And Jenny says, "Healing is exhausting. You need to sleep when your body tells you to." I think you meant body. You said baby. But yeah, and that's another thing you need to realize, is that when you are aligned with what your highest ideals are, you will no longer be so into people pleasing that you just keep going on a burning the candle at both ends. I know I was so guilty of that in my younger life. I wanted to have 3 fun things a day, and I was sick with strep throat all the time, and I got sick every single Christmas when I would go back to the dorms from being home for this month of December in college, and then also every September when I would go back from being home for the whole summer. I would get strep throat every single year, and I just want you to know. And I know some of my clients too used to suffer from yearly bronchitis. That's not normal to be sick twice a year, every single year, and have to be on antibiotics all the time. If you are finding that you are sick every year, or you say, "Oh, yep, every Christmas I just get sick," that's not really what it has to be like, and that's not what it's supposed to be like. Our bodies are supposed to be, I don't even know how to put it. I wish my next book is gonna be on this, because I want to sum up everything that I saw in my 30 years at the bedside in the hospital. Because I pretty much, besides 5 years, all 30 years of me being a doctor was at the bedside, at a hospital bed, not in a clinic setting. But I wish you could see it the way that I see it. Because what I was able to see is um, these bodies, they are supposed to be infinitely wise and healing. And they, our bodies have in them, wired into our very DNA, locked and loaded, right? The tools for longevity and for health. And for some reason, uh, in America, and again, I've only practiced medicine in America, so I don't know about other countries, but we buy into this thought that once we age, that it's done. We're supposed to gain 10 pounds a year. You're supposed to get sick twice a year. One bottle of prescription pills turns into 25. Everybody has high cholesterol and hypothyroidism and a touch of diabetes and high blood pressure. Everybody. And that's just the way it's supposed to be. And I'm here to tell y'all that that is not the way it's supposed to be. And again, I only have 4 more minutes to talk for today, but I'm just going to not, I think I'm just going to be doing every other week something on physical health and every other week something on subconscious health, because that's what I uniquely can bring to the table here and help you guys with, because not many people have by 52 years of age have seen 100,000 patient visits like I have. But I just want to share with y'all the things that I saw and the things that I've learned, so that you don't have to become one of those patients in the hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? um, I do believe that people don't realize those keys. It's just like a water wheel, and you're unlocking the spokes of that water wheel to longevity and wellness and healing. And you have the key to unlock that uniquely, and it's uniquely for you. You know, God put all of us through a certain unique set of trials and tribulations to pique our interest and to prick our ears so that we can see other people suffering. And He gave me a lot of things in my life from age 0 to 52, and my eyes are wide open now, and the spotlights are everywhere, and I'm just going to bring you every single thing that I've learned, so that no one has to suffer. We would always say in the hospital, he's not going to have a heart attack on my watch. You guys are not going to suffer on my watch from the things that I've suffered from. I will do anything I can to help you not suffer the way that I suffered, because we're all meant to have abundant health and fulfilling relationships and be able to take care of ourselves and love ourselves and get great sleep, Michelle. And get I was going to say get six packs, Pat, but I don't really think we're supposed to have six packs. If that's what you want, you can follow someone else. I'm not going to tell you the way to that, because that's not on my agenda in this lifetime. But anyway, again, you guys, I so appreciate you being here today. It's been a very emotional week, and so I feel like I just cried through this whole entire thing, but that's okay too. Thank you, Jenny. She hasn't been sick in 4 years other than her asthma. Yeah, and that's great. It's just the power of the tools, right? But I love you guys, and I so appreciate you being here and tuning in for my Tuesdays at 10. And again, if any of this resonated with you and you think it would resonate with other people, we're all on journeys and to our spiritual awareness together here in this lifetime, then just share it. I'll make it global as soon as I finish here, so that you can share it. And then if you are ready, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you know that you're supposed to be somewhere else in your life than where you are right now, and things are not working the way that you want them to, just DM me. Pat says, hey, save some wisdom and expertise for the actual program. Haha, always. But yeah, just DM me and tell me that you're ready to heal. And I'll be doing an intensive workshop one evening this month. I'll be announcing that someday soon. I'm just trying to get through the emotions of all of this that I've gone through this past 3 weeks. I think I was literally at the theater every night for the past 3 weeks. Right, Kelly? Anyway, Again, I love you guys. Take care. I'll be in here next Tuesday. We'll be talking about something with our subconscious mind next Tuesday, and then again to the physical body the Tuesday after that. But you guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.